So I heard that albinos don't die and they vanish. Yeah.
They don't visit the WC on Fridays.
Different people all over the world have different perceptions with regards to individuals with albinism. Some mistakenly classify albinos as curse, whilst others view albinos as harmful rituals. Again, there are no misconceptions that albinos are estranged entities. Then again, they insist that having sex with an albino cures HIV. How true are all these stories? It is very disheartening that people fail to appreciate and classify albinos as normal human beings. Have you thought of what if all were albinos?
In a world where our differences often define us, there are individuals who challenge the norms and redefine what it means to be unique. Join us as we step into the extraordinary life of Suleimana Saidu, a man who has embraced his identity despite the challenges he has faced.
I'm called Suhini Suleiman Asaidu. I currently reside in Abukowi and I am a student of University of Media Arts and Communication. And I'm pursuing public relations with marketing. It's quite normal, though growing up I got to realize my skin is different from others, but it was quite normal.
So I had sex with albinos cure HIV/AIDS. I also heard albinos cannot walk under the sun.
As Suleimana journeyed through life, the innocence of his childhood was met with the harsh reality of societal judgment. In social environments, he faced ridicule and name-calling, a painful reminder of societal judgment that can breed cruelty.
The different feelings only came when the society, I try to interact with the society, like different people and all that. That was when I began to feel differently about my skin, and I had to deal with people calling me different names and even trying to make me do certain things I am not willing to do, such
Calling me
as
a mad person or calling me a whole lot of names.
I've not seen an albino poster on the wall as gone too soon, obituary or call to glory.
I've never even seen the process on wall before. That gone too soon.
One of the common misconceptions is that albinos don't die. They live for a particular period and then suddenly vanish. Not true at all.
What I know about albinos is that one, they are mostly discriminated by their friends, and also what I heard is they don't visit the WC on Fridays, and they also don't die. They disappear because
What I've heard about albinos is that they are cursed entities.
I heard the albinos they can't see during the day, they only see in the night.
Not mean that albinos are totally blind. They may be blind albinos, but not all albinos are blind.
Albinos, normally they said they don't walk on the sun or can't raise their head up because of the sun.
Don't just generalize it that they can't see as they are sitting. Sometimes some people will come and just stand before you and be like, just as he's sitting, he cannot see me. Can you see this? Can you see this? So it's an offense to ask an albino crowd whether they can see or not.
The Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, a senior medical officer, Dr. Linda Chere, debunks these misconceptions and educates us on the concept of albinism.
I am Dr. Linda Chere, a senior medical officer with Adabraka Polyclinic and also a resident with the Faculty of Public Health, Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. Albinism is a group of inherited disorders characterized by either decreased melanin production or no melanin at all. And someone will ask, what is melanin? So melanin is a pigment, a skin pigment that absorbs UV radiation or radiation from the sun, and it protects the skin against damage from the sun's radiation. So with albinism, for some people, they don't have the melanin pigment at all. And for others, they have some melanin pigment, but it's in reduced, or should I say decreased quantity.
As part of the concept of albinism, Dr. Linda takes us through the two major types of albinism.
There are several types of albinism, but the common ones we are going to talk about today is the ocular cutaneous albinism and the ocular albinism.
Our condition varies from person to person.
So with ocular cutaneous albinism, it means this pigment we are talking about, the melanin pigment, is lacking or reduced in quantity in the skin of an albino, in their hair, and also in their eyes. So generally you see them with very pale skin. Some have pink eyes, white hair. The color of the hair differs according to the quantity of melanin. Some have white hair, some also have some brown hair. So that's the ocular cutaneous, and that's the ones we commonly see.
You need to understand that, but don't just generalize.
Ocular albinism, where the pigment is lacking in the eyes of the albino. So they have pink eyes. So when you see their skin, you see their hair, you will see that it's just like everyone else, but then they are lacking the melanin in their eyes.
But is it also a misconception that albinos are prone to skin cancer?
But as I indicated earlier, it absorbs harmful radiation from the sun or ultraviolet light to prevent skin damage. So if you are lacking this pigment, it means that protective factor, you don't have it. So albinos end up having more skin damage than people with melanin. And because of this, their chance of getting skin cancer is very high. So with skin cancer, they are more prone to it. Research has actually indicated that albinos, when exposed to the sun, are about 1,000-fold more likely to get skin cancer compared to the general population because of the skin damage they suffer from the sun. And this cancer is commonly on exposed areas of the body, such as the head and the neck. You know, normally when you are moving, the head and the neck are more exposed to the sun. Yes, so it's true, they are more prone to skin cancer.
Dr. Linda further debunks the myth that sleeping with albinos can cure HIV.
I had sex with albinos cure HIV/AIDS.
It is not possible, and research has not indicated they don't have any hormone in them that is different from the rest of us. So this is purely a myth. It's just the melanin pigment that they have, either in reduced quantity or none at all. So I don't know how having sex with albinos will cure HIV.
Good luck and bad luck are imminent, irrespective of your skin color. But as part of the myths around albinism, Suleiman was wrongly accused of being the reason behind various bad lucks in his community.
Experiencing a bad luck. So the person was not happy because they thought like I should have been quiet over that because they are older than me and all that. But I didn't let it go, and the person was not happy with me, but I was okay.
Considering the matter that albinism is a disability, Dr. Linda clarifies the variability as far as other nations are concerned.
Albinism is considered a disability in most countries. As I indicated earlier, they are normal just like us, but because of the lack of the melanin pigment in the eyes, they are prone to visual impairment. So they have some form of challenges with their vision, and because of this, they are considered as people with disability. But aside that, generally they are fine.
The pending societal question as to whether albinism can be cured has finally been answered.
When I was introducing albinism, I said it is an inherited disorder. It means it's something that you get from your parents. So it's lifelong. It's something that currently cannot be cured. However, in countries like the United States, research is underway to find medications to help improve melanin production in albinos.
But there is a sound of hope, not just for Suleimana, but for everyone touched by albinism. Witnessing the potential of science, Dr. Linda explains the strength of hope and the chance to rewrite the narrative of albinism in the future.
Hopefully, in the near future, we may get some medications that can help with the melanin production. The only way you can prevent it is through genetic counseling or genetic screening. If you think that there are albinos in your family, if you think that there are albinos in your spouse's family, you need to see a doctor. We test genetically and then we counsel you about the probability of getting albinos. So with albinism, it's inherited. You need it from both parents. So your mother has to have a gene for albinism. Your father also has to have a gene for albinism. You get a gene from both of them and then you will get it. So your parents can be carriers, that means they have it. But because the gene is only one, they will not manifest the characteristics of albino. So if you want to prevent it, it's only through genetic counseling, where we test your genes and we can counsel you that you carry the gene. Your spouse or partner also carries it. So the probability of giving birth to albinos is about 1 in 4. That is the only way.
May not want to accept your idea or contributions in a particular session.
They already have to deal with being different from all of us. Why do we also want to go on further to let them feel bad about themselves? Let us treat them just like everyone and welcome them into our food.
Quite long ago, I had a problem with someone like that. It was not in a school setting though. The person was like, persons with albinism are a symbol of bad luck. So when you wake up in the morning and then the first person you happen to see, or maybe you see a person with albinism in the morning, that simply means that your day is not going to go well for you. So I confronted the person and then I asked questions like, how did you come to that conclusion?
Professions for albinos. How true is that? For instance, they said jobs like reporting, media work, some journalism work, you can't stand in the sun for long, so they can't take you for assignments and projects. How true is that? Do you think that being an albino, there is a job restriction for people with albinism?
In every job, it could be true that there is restrictions, or some jobs may demand that there is some restriction due to the requirements of the job. But in the aspect of persons living with albinism, we only
What I want to say is if you are an albino, just know, as I indicated, you are just like everyone else. The most important thing is protect yourself from the sun and start early. Start early from childhood. You can wear protective clothing. You don't necessarily have to expose yourself to the sun. When the sun is very high during the day, try to avoid the sun. And also use sunscreen as often as you can to protect yourself from the harmful effects of the sun. And you will live a normal life just like everyone else.
we only need the resources. For instance, if you say the sun will prevent me from getting the job done, we need a hat and sunglasses and also some protective clothes to be able to deliver. Once all these things are made available, then the rest is to apply my intelligence, then get the job done.
Suleimana believes that being an albino doesn't hold him back. He trusts in himself and his abilities.
One thing that keeps me going is that I know where I want to be in the future, and I also know that my skin is not a limitation. I have my potentials and I believe in them. I know what I'm gonna be, and I'm working towards that because now I'm in the tertiary. Maybe somebody would have thought that a person with albinism can't even complete junior high.
But let me ask, do you belong to any organization? Have you joined any albino organization that fights for your rights and that defends albino?
Yes, I am part of Ghana Association of Persons Living with Albinism, and I am their current regional secretary, maybe
Congratulations.
Northern Regional Secretary.
As the regional secretary for the Ghana Association of Persons Living with Albinism, Suleimana has led advocacy programs to sensitize the public on albinism.
Persons living with albinism and other activities that promote the rights of persons with albinism.
Albinos are just like us. It's just the melanin pigment that they don't have. We don't have to shun them. We don't have to stigmatize them. Let us treat them just like how we want ourselves to be treated. Let us treat them just like how we want everyone to treat us.
At least have reached a particular level that motivates me to continue to push harder till I got to where I want to be.